Hello friends and welcome to our next video on Salesforce trigger. Now here we will write a small trigger on account and we will see how after account we can insert a contact automatically or an opportunity automatically. Okay, so let's say I go to customize, I go to accounts and I go to triggers. Okay, I will click on create new. So let's say our requirement is that whenever a new account gets inserted, one contact and one opportunity or any other custom object which is related to account should automatically get inserted. Okay. So we will not go for custom object. I have not created any one. So we will go with the standard one for the time being. Just the concept will remain same. Only the API name changes. That's all. So let's say I will name it create a pp cont, create opportunity contact on account. Now if I will make it a before insert trigger, that will create a problem. So it has to be after insert. Why? I will show you. So what happens is now we have a trigger outline ready. So uh, let's say we want to insert opportunity and contact both. So to bulkify this, let's create two lists. List of opportunity OPP list equals to new and assign some space to it as well in the memory. Okay. Similarly, list of contact con list equals to new list contact, and you can define them later on as and when you are writing code. So in the beginning you will not be able to understand that shall I create a list or not. So you start writing code, and as and when you feel that there is a requirement of list, then you can come back and create a list at the top. Okay, so that's not a big deal. Now since we are writing a trigger on account, so let's say for account acc colon trigger dot new. Now what is this trigger dot new? Trigger dot new, trigger dot old, trigger dot new map, trigger dot old map, is before, is insert, these are all context variable. Trigger dot new is nothing but it is a list. So whenever a record is being inserted, so this means we are inserting new records. Okay, so automatically we have all those records in trigger dot new. We do not need to manually go and query the records, add them to a list. So that's by default facility is given by Salesforce. In trigger dot old, let's say we are updating some records, okay, or we are deleting some records. So we already had records on which we are working, so that will come under trigger dot old. Okay, it's as simple as that. Trigger dot new when there are new records in picture, trigger dot old when there are old records in picture. Okay, now let's say you want to create first an opportunity. So opportunity opp equals to new opportunity. Okay, so in this way, one by one we will create new opportunities. Now whenever you want to insert a record, you need to ensure that all the mandatory fields have been supplied. Okay, so even if you don't know, you can go to the opportunity and you can see, or you can create a new opportunity record. So basically not from the page layout, the fields which are mandatory from the field level security or through validation rules, those fields are mandatory to be supplied. Okay, but for demo purpose, let's say we pass in 2 3 fields. Okay, let's say opportunity name should be equals to account name. We want the opportunity name to be equal to about account name, because ACC is the variable account ACC. So ACC dot name, ACC dot phone, ACC dot fax. We will be able to access all the fields of account from the list by using this dot notation. It's simple for loop. ACC is the variable, temporary variable, which will iterate through the trigger dot new list of type account. Okay. Then on opportunity we have a stage field. Stage name is the API name for that, and these all you can find it from here. If you go to opportunities, go to fields. So we have all the fields API name here. Stage is stage name. Okay. So what all values are in there in the stage. So let's say by default the opportunity should get inserted by the name, by the status qualification. Okay. So Okay, so by default opportunity name should be account name. Then we have opportunity close date. So either you can have a default close date of today or you can add some days to it. Let's say that opportunity should have a close date of 14 days from today. So you can have plus 14. Okay, so 14 days after today that opportunity should close. Now we also not only need to insert this opportunity, but we need to link this opportunity to this account. That's why we needed a after insert trigger, because every record, if you go to account, if you go to this record, and if you see in the URL, we have this ID. So every record in Salesforce has this unique ID. Now on opportunity, if you go to fields, so you see there is a field called lookup account by the name account. Okay, so we will have to pass this lookup to opportunity to link it to account, and a lookup, a master detail relationship, they return ID. Okay, they need that ID to associate themselves. So opp dot account ID equals to acc dot id. Now if it would have been a before insert trigger, since the record was not inserted, we will not be having this ID. Okay, and we will not have been able to link it to opportunity, and it would have given us a null pointer exception. Okay, that this field is null, so you cannot map this. Okay, so why we're using after trigger? Just because we have this ID so that we can link that to. Now why did I create a list? I created this list so that I can add these opportunity record to this list dot add opp. So let's say we are inserting 20 accounts simultaneously. So had we been not created a list, this DML operation would have run 20 times, insert opportunity, insert opportunity. But now what we are doing to bulkify the code, we are adding all the opportunity to this list. We come out of the for loop, and in one DML operation we will say insert OPP list. Okay, so all the opportunities will get inserted in one go. Okay, now if I save it, let's say if we have any syntax error or something. Similarly, see, everything is fine. Similarly, if you want contact, so contact con equals to new contact. Okay, con dot last name equals to something that, let's say, last name, and con dot account ID equals to acc dot id. Okay, so to link the account, again we need the account ID. Now we will add this con to con list which we created. See, either you can have directly insert con. Then again, if 10 contacts are being inserted, so it is under for loop. This 10 times it will run. So you will hit your governance limits if you have large number of records. So it's always good to create a list and add the record to the list, come out of the for loop, and then do one DML operation, insert con list. Okay, save it. So it was as simple as that. Now let us see if it works as well. Let's go to account, create a new account. Okay, I have one more trigger on account, so let me first disable that, or maybe I can delete that. Actually, why I deleted that trigger? Because that also had a similar kind of functionality, so it might conflict. Let's say I name it last name. Save. Okay, see, automatically a contact and a opportunity got created. Now if you go to this opportunity, you will see all the fields will come same. What we had done, we had mapped our opportunity name to account name, stage name was qualification, and close date was today plus 14. So if you go to opportunity, name is the account name, stage name was qualification, and date is 14 days after today, close date. Okay, similarly, contact, we had mapped the last name, so contact last name is last name here. Okay, So in this way, you can create a small trigger wherein you need to insert any other record and you are writing a trigger on some other record. Now let's say if you wanted to do some operation on account itself, then you not needed all this. Okay, you could have simply written before insert, and let's say you wanted to modify some field on account. Let's say you had a custom price field, and every time the account gets inserted, you wanted to multiply that field by 10. So simply acc dot price, either you can have the shortcut notation into equals to 10 or acc dot price into 10. Now here you don't need any DML operation, you don't need any insert statement or anything, because you are writing the trigger on account and you are performing the operation on account itself. And before being inserted, that price is being multiplied by 10 and then it is being saved. So these gets saved automatically. Okay. So I think that was all for this video. In the next video, we will see more good examples of triggers, and slowly you will be able to understand each and everything. We will see what are context variables and what are different scenarios which in which we can write triggers, and maybe these examples can be help you in your own job, in your project. So most of the time we have similar kind of requirements. Okay, so I will be sharing some examples from my live projects which I have done in the past, and you can make use of that as well. Okay, so meet you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye, all the best.